Selamlar.
Merhaba hocam.
Merhabalar. Zeynep'i de bir dakika bekleyelim. O sırada Türkçe bir özet geçeyim istedim. Öncelikle events fonksiyonlarını bir Türkçe anlatayım. Normalde siz diğer derslerinizde lineer, yukarıdan aşağı akan, tek class'ta çalışıp biten kodlar yazmışsınızdır diye tahmin ediyorum. Doğru mu?
Evet hocam.
Doğru mu? Aşağı yukarı öyle mi?
Evet.
Tamam. Şimdi Unity'de biz paralelde çalışan onlarca klasa aslında sahip olacağız. Bir sahnede birden fazla script aynı anda paralelde çalışabiliyor olacak. Ve bunların mono behavior'dan türetilmesi önemli. Mono behavior diye bir class var. O class sayesinde Unity'nin start, awake, update gibi lifecycle fonksiyonlarını çağırabiliyorsunuz. Şeyin içinde. Kendi yazdığınız class'ın içinde. Dediğim gibi bu mono behavior'lar sahnenin içindeki mono behavior'dan türetilen class'lar. Örneğin bizim player movements behavior script'imiz şey yapıyor. Lifecycle ilerledikçe işte kendi içindeki bazı kodları sırayla çalıştırıyor. Ve bunu yaparken events fonksiyonlarından yararlanıyor. Event fonksiyonlarını şöyle düşünebilirsiniz. Bir abonelik sistemi gibi düşünün. Bir dergi yayınlandığında ya da şöyle diyeyim, yine bir abonelik sistemi gibi düşünün ama mesela bir etkinlik sitesine üye oldunuz, tamam mı? Etkinlik sitesi derken mesela konserlerden falan sizi haberdar eden siteler var ya. O tarz bir siteye üye olduğunuzu düşünün. Yeni bir event olduğu zaman bütün kullanıcılara notification gönderiliyor, değil mi? Mesela işte Sezen Aksu'nun konseri önümüzdeki cumartesi diye size mail geliyor. Buna benzer şekilde Unity içindeki yani Unity'nin kendi fizik motoru ve Unity'nin kendi rendering motoru scriptlere, yani bizim yazdığımız scriptlere haberler veriyor. Diyor ki tamam, hani şu an awake metodlarını çalıştırabilirsiniz. Tamam, şu anda update metodlarını çalıştırabilirsiniz. Şu anda start metodlarını çalıştırabilirsiniz. Şu anda nesneniz yok oldu, onDestroy metodunu çalıştırabilirsiniz şeklinde haberler veriyor. Bunu yaparken Unity'nin fizik motoru ve Unity'nin rendering motoru aslında kimin abone olduğunu bilmiyor bile. Sadece bir event'i fire ediyor, yani yayınlıyor, publish ediyor, broadcast yapıyor ve sahnedeki bütün mono behavior'lar onu dinlediği için, ona abone olduğu için ne yapmaları gerektiğinden doğru zamanda haberdar olabiliyorlar. Bu nasıl oldu açıklama olarak?
Hocam bence gayet açıktı bu şekilde.
Okey.
Yani ben anladım.
Tamamdır. Diğer türlü olsaydı Unity'nin, yani sizin şu ana kadar yaptığınız şekilde bir class diğer class'a ihtiyaç duyduğunda ne yapacaktı? O class'ın bir objesini yaratması gerekecekti. Sonra o objenin ilgili metodunu çağırması gerekecekti. Bunu rendering motorunda ve fizik motorunda yapmak çok mantıklı değil. Çünkü bu sefer her yeni script eklediğimizde gideceğiz ve rendering motorunun o script'i de çalıştırmasını, o script'in ilgili metodlarını çalıştırmasını da eklememiz lazım. Bunu yapmak yerine biz script'lerimizi monobehavior'dan türetiyoruz. Monobehavior'dan türettiğimiz için zaten otomatik olarak abone oluyorlar render motoruna ve fizik motoruna. Bu sayede fizik motorundaki Lifecycle'ın hangi aşamasındaysak script'imiz de hangi aşamada olduğumuzdan haberdar olmuş oluyor. Bu şekilde bir yapısı var Unity'nin yani. Bunu da işte event metodlarıyla yapıyor. Dediğim gibi işleri eventlerle çözmek bağımlılığı azalttığı için güzel bir yöntem. Event metodları... Sesim geliyor mu şu anda? My electricity just went off. I'm connecting from my mobile right now, so sorry about that. Okay, so like I said, burayı Türkçe anlatıyordum. Eğer event metodları kullandığımız için bağımlılığımız azalıyor. Örneğin bizim monobehavior scriptlerimizi silsek ya da değiştirsek Unity'nin render engine'inde hiçbir değişiklik yapmamıza, modifikasyon yapmamıza gerek kalmayacak. Çünkü zaten o render engine ya da o physics engine bizim scriptlerimizden haberdar bile değil. O sadece kendi çapında bazı duyurular yapıyor. Bütün aboneler ondan haberdar oluyor. Dolayısıyla benim render engine'im, benim fizik engine'im benim yazdığım scriptlere bağımlı değil. Onlardan bağımsız. Böyle bir güzel yapısı var. Event metodları kullanmanın. Event metodlarını sadece bu kısımda değil, başka kısımlarda da kullanıyoruz. Bu dönem bizim dersimizde çok fazla event metodlarına girer miyiz? Yani kendi özel event metodlarımızı da yazabiliriz. Ama çok fazla ona girer miyiz emin değilim. Yine de hani bu yapının avantajlarını bilmeniz yazılım kariyeri açısından önemli. Diğer türlü aşırı kompleks kodlar ortaya çıkıyor çünkü. Ve bir script'i sildiğimiz zaman o script'i kullanan bütün diğer script'leri modifiye etmemiz gerekiyor. Onun yerine işte bağımlılığı azaltacak event metodlarından yararlanmak daha iyi bir çözüm. Now I can continue in English and I'm going to share my desktop. So we had some movement scripts and unfortunately now we don't have any barriers. Now I'm going to add some barriers. So first of all, since we are going to make some changes in the scene, I should modify the scene window, and game window will update itself. And by clicking the I guess arrow in the top right, I can change my perspective. Now I want to look from top, so I go to this perspective. I can zoom in and out, and now if I click once more, it will jump to the orthogonal perspective, which removes the realistic effects, but is more practical. As you see, currently I can't see I can't see any other side of my cube. If I click one more, and if I move like this, now I can see it. But if I move to orthogonal perspective, I cannot see. You understand the difference? So now it's realistic perspective. Now it's orthogonal perspective. So everything in orthogonal perspective is looked is seen from top to bottom. Now, I also want to add some barriers. This is why I'm going to go to hierarchy. I'm going to add a 3D object cube, which is this one. I'm not able to see it because it's in the bottom of my floor. So I'm going to move it on top like this. And now I'll see it from top like this. And I will be copying this barrier. This will be, since this is a barrier, I want to change its its X scale from 1 to 2. Now it's wider, and I want to make it a different color. To do that, I go to my assets folder, and inside assets folder, I right click, create a new material. And I will call this barrier, yeah, I'll just call this barrier color material. And I'm going to choose a nice color. Maybe let's make it a more metallic one. This one looks fine. And also I want to make it more metallic, so it will shine a lot. And now I want to apply it to my cube, which will be my barrier. So I'm going to name it barrier. And I'm going to apply my barrier color material into my barrier. I'm going to drag it and drop it to the material. As you see now, it's metallic. And what else can we do? Yeah, since I want to copy this to different places, I want more than one material. I want to make this a prefab. So prefab is something that we haven't talked about before. Prefab comes from the word prefabricated. You know, there are some prefabricated houses that can be in for instance, if you are creating a construction site and if you need some closed office, you can just deliver a prefabricated house as office, and you can work inside that prefabricated house. So the similar analogy comes in Unity, and if you use prefabs, you will have a easy time to initialize objects. To turn one object into a prefab, you should create a folder called prefab. And now if I move my barrier into prefabs, now inside my prefabs folder, barrier is added as a prefab. If you add one object as a prefab, then the cube on the left becomes blue, and as you see, it has blue color to indicate that it is a prefab right now. And now there's a red arrow. Now there's a arrow in the right side. If you click this, you go to prefab mode, and you can edit only the prefab like this. I'm going to move from orthogonal perspective for now, and you can change everything inside this, and it will get updated inside the scene as well. So if I increase the scale of it, for instance, like this, now I changed my prefab, not my object, but my object has a reference to the prefab, and it follows along when my prefab changes. Is that clear? So I can, for instance, go to my scene view again by clicking this left arrow. Now I'm seeing my scene, okay? And since it's metallic, as you can see, it has some light reflection on top of it. And I'm going to multiply this barrier by hitting Command D again. And now I'm going to move it a little bit. As you see, now we have two barriers, okay? And I'm going to go to scene view, sorry, go to prefab view, and now I'm going to make those scales smaller, okay, like this. Now, as you see, all the copies of this prefab got smaller. So this is, I mean, if you have copied objects, it's a good idea to use prefabs, and because you don't have to change them one by one, you can instead change them all together. You can adjust other stuff as well. So you can change rotation, for instance, like 45 degrees. But yeah, it's not updating for some reason, but I guess it's in the game, it's initialized them in a fixed rotation, but maybe, I mean, if you can change its material, for instance, to brown material. And as you see, they all got changed at the same time. I'm going to change back to barrier color, which will be gray, metallic gray. Okay, so this is how you work with prefabs. And also one more thing, you can change one of the barriers. Maybe you want to make one barrier bigger, you know, than the others. So I'm going to copy and create another barrier. And I want to make this far barrier bigger, okay? So I choose just this barrier, and now I'm going to increase its scale like this, okay? If I want a barrier like this, if I want it to be different from other barriers, that's fine. Let's say that my manager really liked the size of this barrier, and now they want to change all barriers to the same size. They want to make all other barriers bigger. Now I need to apply my specific changes to all the prefabs, okay? And I don't want to do it manually, one by one, by hand. I can instead do overrides, and if I click apply, now it will apply my local changes to the prefab itself. As you see, it changes. As you see, it shows the changes. So it was 1.53, and now it's updated to 4.73. And if I apply, now my prefab will be updated. And because of that, all other objects that are inherited from this prefab will be updated as well. I'm going to hit apply all. And as you see, the barrier prefab, if I see the prefab scene, my barrier prefab now has 4.73 scaling. Okay. Also, let's say that I want to change the scale of this one to 1. Okay, I'll move it a little bit further. And let's say that I just want to make it smaller. I just want this barrier to be smaller, okay? And my manager did not like it for some reason. And now he wants all barriers, inherit from the prefab. He wants all barriers to be copies of prefab. Now I can go select my barrier, my small barrier, click override, and now I can revert all the changes. And now I can go back to my prefab like this. Now it's an exact copy of my prefab. Now if I click overrides again, there are no changes. So prefab and my game object is aligned, and because of that there are no overrides. So my game object is not overriding the prefab. Like I said, Unity notices some object is a prefab when you move it inside a prefabs folder. So you should name your folder exactly like this for this to work. Any questions so far? Is there something like this in Godot engine?
I'm not sure about it, but in Godot, everything manipulated in nodes, different nodes. It is looking similar. Like when we want to create a barrier, for example, we jump to another scene for just the barrier, like we did on the prefab manipulation. I think everything is like prefab in Godot.
Okay. Yeah. It makes sense. I mean, different engines share some common points. Okay. Now, what I like to do is adding some logic so that my player will notice when there's a collision with a barrier, and after that it will stop moving, so it will be game over. To do that, I need to detect collisions, of course, but before that I want to make my scene filled with more barriers, and I'm going
Can
to
I ask something?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
In Godot, we are adding a thing, and then we are adding area 2D for crashing or something like this. So we are adding plus thing for crashing. In Unity, is the same? Like we are adding the barrier, and then we are adding something for crashing, like the player notices crash.
Yeah, we will be adding. I mean, for physics engine to notice collisions or crashes, as you say, objects need to have certain features inside them. Okay, So my player is able to collide with the floor. As you see, there's gravity in my scene, but my floor is holding my player. And the reason why this happens is because my player has box collider and rigid body. Okay, so it has volume because of box collider, and it has mass because of rigid body. And my floor has mesh collider, which makes it have a volume. Okay, it doesn't have a mass, and it because of that it doesn't fall down with gravity, but it has volume. So for Unity to detect collisions, two colliders and one rigid body one rigid body is needed. So there's one collider, one more collider. So we have two colliders, and one rigid body is also needed. So we have all of the things we need. And this is why we are able to calculate, we are able to detect collisions. But we don't have to add anything else, if you are asking that. These are the necessary and enough conditions. Gerek yeter koşul. Okay, so I want to fill my scene with different barriers. Okay, to do that, I will make my barrier smaller. I'm going to visit prefabs folder, and I'm going to click barrier. I'm going to double click it to open barrier inspector. Sorry, barrier scene view, I guess we could call that. So I'm going to make this 2.5, and let's try that. Okay, this looks good for a barrier. Now to go back to my scene view, I will click left arrow, and now I am going to select those, and I'm going to move those like this, and I'm going to move it a little bit inside. Let's give it a little bit of distance between two barriers. And okay, now I selected the floor without I mean without intention. Okay, so I selected the floor mistakenly. There's a way to avoid that. So if I choose objects like this, I don't want to select my floor as well, and there's a way to do that, and it's this way is adding a layer for the floor. So to add a layer, I'm going to show it one more time. I go to I should select the object that I want to add a layer, and I'm going to name this layer floor layer or ground layer. I'm going to click add layer, and now I'm going to write floor layer. And now I created a layer, and now I will go back to my floor, and I'm going to change the created layer inside my object. So inside my scene view, I can change which layers will be selected. And let's see how I do that. There's one way to render. Okay, yeah, it should be here, I guess. No, I couldn't find it. They might have changed its. Oh, okay, yeah, it should be here. So yeah, if I hit layers from top right, if I make this, you know, invisible, for instance, if I make floor layer invisible, yeah, I won't be able to see it in the scene view, okay? And if I lock my layer for picking, I won't be able to select it when I click it. So I'm now clicking it, but nothing is selected. I mean, floor is not selected, at least, since I disabled floor layer from being selected. So is this clear? I wanted it for the ease of working when I'm creating levels. Now I'm going to drag my mouse like this, and now I'm going to hit Command D. As you see in my hierarchy, now I have 6 barriers. And the reason I'm not able to see them is because the duplication is in the same position. So I need to drag the other 3 like this. And now I have 6 different barriers. Let's say that I want to make my barriers. I mean, let's say that I want to standardize the distance between my barriers. Okay, so the way I do that is, if you use 3ds Max, there's a snap function there. The way we do it in Unity is also with snap function. So I need to find this though. So I'm going to actually Google it to remember. Snapping in Unity. Okay, yeah. So you can snap objects by holding commands or control. And I'm going to drag those while I'm holding control. So now I guess they are snapping, but the amount of snapping distance is not like I want. So I want to change the settings by choosing edit and snap settings. So but there's no snap settings for some reason. I guess they changed it, its place. Yeah, grid and snap setting size. I now see it. So I can make my snap distance to 2, and I can leave it like this. Now, if I hit command and drag, as you see, it jumps from distance to distance, you know. So you see the difference? I'm not sure if it's clear in my screen, but it's not smooth. It jumps from, actually I'm going to show it with increased settings. So let's make this 4, okay. And now if I drag it while holding commands, now it's snap it. It's snapping, okay. Now I'm going to duplicate this, and now I'm going to hit Control, and I'm going to drag them even more. So now I have 9 barriers. So this will be enough for showcasing something. I will send you a new link without any breaks. So just look at WhatsApp, okay? This is all for this lecture.